Hey everybody, my name is Cameron Bonner and I'm the Region 7 MAPS Liaison, and today I'm just going to be telling you a little bit about my position. Before we jump into that, I just want to tell you a little bit about me and my interest outside of medical school. I really enjoy photography and traveling, but of course I don't really get a chance to do any of that anymore because I'm in medical school. But I am fortunate to be a member of one of the few med student based dance teams across the country. We're called Dancers of Netter, and we're actually preparing for our annual showcase coming up on March 24th called Connect. I encourage you to attend if you're in the Connecticut area on that date. Again, it's like called Connect, CONN3CT instead of the E. You can follow us on Instagram. And yeah, hope to see you there. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into why I became interested in this position. And honestly, it's because of this quote right here. We rise by lifting others. And I love that quote because I know I would be nothing without my mentors, and I wouldn't have gotten as far as I've gotten without them. When I was a MAP student, there were so many people in my SNMA chapter that I looked up to and that made medical school seem tangible for a student like me. So, I always valued mentorship. And in fact, one of my mentors, was a MAPS liaison for the region in the past and encouraged me to apply for this position because she knew I was passionate about mentorship. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this. In terms of the time commitment, it is a moderately involved position. I spend about 6 to 7 hours a month on this position, and the busiest time is probably during RMEC when there are even more meetings and stuff to attend. I probably spend about 8 to 10 hours a month during those planning times. But yeah, that's pretty much the time commitment for this position. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into some of the responsibilities for this position. And some of the most important things that I do is work with the two pre-medical representatives to create programming for pre-med students that is in line with the SNMA mission. And I also work with the local SNMA chapters to make sure they're in contact with their assigned MAPS chapter and that they're providing the support that MAPS chapter needs. I disseminate messages from the national SNMA and the regional SNMA about events and opportunities for pre-med students so that they can take advantage of those events. I work with the two pre-medical representatives to meet with the local MAPS chapter presidents and to make sure we're able to provide added support to those chapters. And I also help charter local MAPS chapters if anyone's interested in starting a new MAPS chapter. And out of all of those things, I think the most involved one would be being in contact with the local SNMA chapters and making sure they have contacts with their MAPS chapter, because that can take a lot of follow-up and emailing back and forth. So that can be a little time consuming sometimes, but it's rewarding when it works out. Some skills that I thought were useful for this position is organization. There are so many meetings and email accounts to keep up with. It can be difficult if you're not organized and on schedule. So I really recommend that you are an organized person. Another thing that was helpful for me was being persistent and consistent. Like I told you before, there's a lot of follow-up involved and a lot of emails that need to be sent. So you have to kind of stay on top of those things if you want to see results in the end. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this position. I really think you should apply if you're passionate about elevating pre-medical students, especially those who are from underrepresented backgrounds in medicine. And if you have time to dedicate to the region, I think you'll be a valuable asset to the regional e-board. So I hope this was helpful and hope to see your application. Bye.